Well, darn. I'm sorry about the very abrupt end last time. We kind of glitched severely. Anyway, greetings and salutations. I'm Ekmak. This is Let's Play Rayman Revolution. I actually had to open up a guide to figure out where these final things are. One is a cage very well hidden in the room where you break the lead generator, and the other was a very well hidden cage in that secret passage I found at the end of the episode. In this episode, we're starting with something that we probably should have jumped in on a lot sooner. That is, Lee minigames. Who knows how many cages we've banked up with her. I think that's 2. Alright, grab challenge we did last time, so now we do the second racing challenge. And after that the trampoline challenge. And then we find that one little yellow lum. And then we've still got plenty of Minosaurus Plains levels to go through, as the king reminded me. So yeah, this is just... it's unfortunate, but this is just a point where I have to... Oh, red lum. Can't leave a single one behind. This is basically me just catching up on all the things that require backtracking. I did have a thought on my Let's Try projects though. Let's just hope I can remember what those projects brought me. Darn it, what was I thinking of? I'm a one-track mind, aren't I? And by that, it's a track that's rusted and likely to derail at a moment's notice. Not gonna make that one, so I have to wait for the next. Actually, did I forget my greeting? In that case, greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamek. This is Let's Play Rayman Revolution. In the last episode we ended on a crash, so I added the final things to find in post because I really don't want to go through the level again and continue to clog up my hard drive. And in this episode, well, we've already seen what we're doing this episode. I don't know, this has always just been a thing that kind of stalled out and wanting to do because there's not really much to it. We're just going back to previous beaten areas and looking for the few lums that I hadn't collected the first time. Speaking of which, I should probably change the file name a little bit. This is episode 18, not 17. I don't think we're going to get through this the first time though. There we go. Well, thank you very much, Lee. I'm sorry that I didn't have a landing that made it very easy for you to talk to me. In other news, I actually came very close to beating. I feel like I'm at the very end of Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. And as a side note to that, I really don't like the title. It makes me think of Plants vs. Zombies 2, and they didn't exactly win many points with me. It's a game that I played a lot of, but I can't say that I enjoyed it, and that sort of undermines the point of a game. It sort of surprised me that they didn't have some sort of lawsuit over that. But I'm stopped on the final level simply because there's one stretch that's just outright impossible for me. I played most of the game on retro mode, but that one part I got down to my last few lives, I just paused and did something else because it's a very long platforming segment that just does. It feels like the people who made the game were basing the whole thing on Crash's Skull Root difficulty, and that just isn't fun. They rely too much on the bottomless pits to be difficult. And it's also kind of weird because it retcons the games, like it retcons everything after Crash Bandicoot 3. But then they also have little tributes to the old Crash games, like the Mega Mix. It just comes off as me not being sure whether they.
There are no more maps here, but there's still.
So we actually have just the Bayou. And yeah, I do know which part of this level is going to need the reset for, so I don't know, as soon as I finish my thought on Crash Bandicoot 4, skim ahead to that. I can't really tell how they feel about it because they have these little tributes, but then they just say, oh yeah, none of those other games ever happened. Comes off as very half-hearted, like they're trying not too hard to alienate all the people with nostalgia, but if they really didn't want to alienate them, they shouldn't have said that. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a wall. Anyhow, I'm skimming ahead now. Catch you when I find something new, which is going to be in this area, so maybe not that far ahead. Oh! Okay, that's underhanded but also very clever. As was that. And we don't have to worry about cages this time, so the fact that the magnet went unused means that I should skim ahead. But I did think of something else to discuss. Zombie chickens. So, the idea was that they were created accidentally by the pirates. Turns out that there's a lot of varying backstories for them. Specifically, in Rayman 3 is when they say that the zombie chickens were created by the pirates. Because the chickens were horrified by the pirates and they laid zombie eggs, those hatched into zombie chickens. But, in weird. But in the backstory for Rayman, the reason that Rayman 2, the reason that Rayman has no limbs or such is actually because the fairies that were going to make him were actually startled by some zombie chickens, which means that they must have been here before the whole. They shouldn't have jumped in that. So they must have been here before the robo-pirates were invading, because Rayman was definitely here before them, right? It's all just a very strange series of coincidences, really. But yeah, the long story, the short TLDR version of this story is sources vary on the origins of zombies. Alright, here we go. Another use for the mask. And now we get another one of these springy plants that squeak when you jump upon them. Oh no! Oh no 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 no! Wait, am I actually glitching myself back up the slope? Darn it, that was working for a moment. Oh yeah, this is the exit, so I guess... Darn it! Well, there is a solution. Okay then, let's do this. And that is that. And with that, the king should actually change his text when I arrive again. All the loading screens, so... Alright, king. Alright, interesting detail I didn't remember happening. The door to the current area closed. But that's not where we want to go, because I feel like Glowbox's house is going to have some lums to collect. Yeah, a sanctuary of stone and fire at least.
Glowbox has been recaptured. Hurry to the Rainbow Creek to free him.
Okay, Tomb of the Ancients. Stays that way. Rainbow Creek, that's a hub. Menhirs Plain is a hub. Menhir Hills, a canopy.
Glowbox has been recaptured.
This one, because there is a laser grate that Glowbox's rain dance mask should be used for. So when I get to there, we'll chime in. Alright, here we go. Cage door. Oh, right, we use it on the machine. Oh. And then we have this... Alright, you know what? Ooh, we're just... What happens if I try to go back across the vines? Was there a green lum? Darn it, there was. Ooh, we can't try and trick jump our way over it. Ooh, I almost feel like I could trick this out. It worked! And so, we don't have to play through the rest of the level to get this. So, consider that a time saver strat. Alright, I don't really want to go into the sanctuary on a partway episode, so we'll save that for another time and tackle Whale Bay now. So see you when something new. And here we go, here's where the Lums are. So we don't follow Carmen, we go down the side. Oh! Well, this is kind of a lame way to hide more Lums, isn't it? Alright, I guess I'll see you in the final area. I feel like I already came to this part. Weird. But then I guess that's what happens when you replay a game 3 times in quick succession. Once to get my old Rayman bones back into shape, once for the Let's Play, and once for the end slate. Yeah, those things will kind of add up after a while. Into confusing you into what you have and haven't done. Rather than go through all the platforming nonsense, I can just do this. And with that, well, yeah, it's probably a good place to call it, even though it'll be a short episode when I speed everything up. Because next time we're tackling the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire. Fantastic. Until then guys, take care. I'll see you all around.